learned this concept from Bob Proctor, who spent 9 years to really understand how do we believe in something, because belief is the key ingredient when it comes to manifesting your desire, your goals into reality. And this formula is backed up by Thomas Edison, by the teachings of Think and Grow Rich. And now I have applied it with thousands and thousands of my clients and on myself. And this is so bulletproof. And based on this formula, you can crack believing into anything. And it is completely reverse of how traditionally people try to believe. This works completely in a different way. This is not just about forcing yourself to believe or trying to force yourself to think positive thoughts or trying to feel the feeling and pressurize the thing into you. None of that. In fact, when you force yourself into believing something, or when you get frustrated why you're not believing, you're reinforcing the old pattern. The old pattern becomes even louder. So instead of actually reinforcing the new belief, you reinforce the old one. The formula goes like this. What you want to understand is that whatever belief you're implanting right now, there is a current belief that exists in your program, in your mental program, which is connected to your body, your subconscious, your conscious. And what you want to really understand is what is the current belief, because you cannot change anything until you know what it is. And the best way to look at your current belief is look at your circumstances, because your circumstances are the reflection of what you're currently believing. And most of these beliefs were created at a subconscious level by the time we were 7 years old. About a lot of them, we don't even know. We just accepted them the way they are. It is sometimes tricky to even understand what is my belief, but your outside reality is showing you, is a mirror to what you're believing right now. The first thing is awareness, becoming aware of the belief. The second thing is not to change them, but to tap into your oneness, to tap into your wholeness. And this is a really important concept. And the key is that nothing that you have in your life or nothing that you do in your life will increase your worth. You are worthy, and full stop. Your worthiness is intact. No matter what human experience you had, what lack you experience, or scarcity, or hardship, or what other people said, or what difficulties you experience, your worthiness has always been intact, and it's always going to be intact. Now the problem is, we think that when I have this next thing that I'm wanting, I will be free, I will feel successful, I'll feel the freedom. Actually, that thing will never give you that feeling, because that feeling is within you this time. So imagine the life that you're living right now. There was a point when you thought, if I have this life, or if I have this result, or if I have this income, or my job, or my business, I will be the happiest person on earth. And then it happened, and it still didn't give you that. It still didn't give you that feeling of being successful and worthy. The biggest lie that we are told on this planet is that our goals or our achievements will give us that feeling, which is not true. And a lot of times, even if we think of like the cars or the mansion or the experiences we desire, we think when we have that, we'll finally feel like we made it, we are successful. And even when you get to that point, you want to have more, which is incredible. You always want to have more, but not from the feeling of that you never feel worthy, you never feel successful, you never feel like you did it, right? No level of money, no level of achievement would ever make you feel that. And once I had a brand new client who started working with me, and in our first one-to-one call, she said to me that I'm a failure. I haven't cracked the money code yet, and I want you to tell me and scan through my beliefs and tell me what am I missing. And that's when I asked her, can you write all the things that you have manifested in your life? Can you write all the things that you own? And her net worth was in excess of 10 million. Right? 10 million. And still she felt that she is not good enough. So money cannot give you that feeling. Your achievements cannot give you that feeling. And if you always tie your worthiness to them, you will always go from the place of lack, and you will burn out. You will have brakes on while you're accelerating. So The key is what you're looking for right now is already within you. It's like if I'm wearing my glasses and I would look for them in the whole house, I won't find them because I'm wearing them. What you're looking for is already within you, that feeling. And when you come from the place of I am worthy no matter what I do and I don't do, I am worthy no matter what my net worth in terms of money is, I am worthy no matter what, you come from the place of freedom. You play faster, you play better, you play not scared to lose, you play to win. Really tapping into your oneness with the source, realizing that you have got source operating through you, you have got the universal intelligence has your back, you are supported. And when you really tap into that wholeness and oneness, you get access to the downloads, the universal intelligence, the ideas. You start to bend time. But that all comes when your worthiness is intact and you're not tying anything to your worth. If something doesn't work out, if something is not fast as you wanted it to be, if you are not where you thought you would be, none of that really impacts your worthiness. Even if you move to Beverly Hills and drive the most expensive car, your worthiness will not increase because it's still to the max, right? Your worthiness is perfect, it's fully intact. That is the second thing. The third thing is, instead of trying to rewrite the new program, what you want to do is you want to feel the old program, right? So you want to feel that belief. Those beliefs right now are like a coil tangled in your nervous system. They are stuck there. They are causing the contraction and the breaks, like a handbrake in your manifestation, in your journey, in your progress. What you want to do is you want to feel them. They are right now tangled up, and the thing that will make them untangled and let them go, let them free, is your feeling, your emotion. So be with them, sit with them, feel them. It will be very uncomfortable. You might feel you won't be able to control your feelings if you start to feel it fully. You might feel discomfort. You might want to not feel it. You might feel that it's a very uncomfortable thing. You don't want to do it. But no matter what, feel it. Feel it until there is nothing to be felt. So what I suggest is take that feeling to level 10. So even if you feel a little bit, make it 10. Really feel the thing, and then feel it until it starts to dissipate, until it starts to disappear from your body. This is really, really important. Otherwise, if you keep layering the new identity, new belief on top of that, it's going to fall flat because there is no space for it right now. It's all tangled up. You will keep fighting against the same belief. That's why when you try to feel the feeling and it doesn't stay, that is the reason, because that old program is running the show. So you want to release it. The question I would ask you to journal on is, what is my current experience that I'm displeased about? And what do I believe about that? And what am I doing about that? Like what I think I'm doing or not doing. Because sometimes we try to perpetuate it with, I should be doing this, I'm not doing that. I should have done this would have been like this, I shouldn't have, the shame and the guilt and all those things. So the question is, what is my current experience? What do I believe about that? What do I believe about what I'm doing and not doing? When you do that, all the feelings will come on the surface. You feel it, you make it level 10. What I say is, it's like they're frozen, right? They're frozen right now in your body. They're blocking the flow, the creative flow, the expansion, the downloads. So you feel it, you heat it up level 10, really feel it, and then you release it. When it's unfrozen, when it's like in a liquid state, it releases. And then the next thing what you do is, once you have felt that, you say, what would I love? What would I love to be? Who would I love to be? You can take ridiculous identities. When I say ridiculous, I mean really big identities, and say, I am so good with that. I'm a master at that. I'm really good at selling. Like money comes to me all the time. And the key is, if you cannot get behind that big one, like the ridiculous one, and the more you do it, the more easier it will be to take on the big ones, you can go for a second level, like where you can get energetically behind. For instance, I'm really getting better at sales. I'm understanding people more. I'm really good at communicating. I'm getting better at communicating, right? You can take just a level below, and then you can go on the bigger one. You take that and you ask yourself, what does it actually look like? So that is the key. One of the identities I take is that I sell my high ticket program like hotcakes. They're so easy for me to sell, right? But that is one big identity. But what does it actually look like? It has a paradigm, like a tree of paradigm of beliefs. The belief is, I believe in my program. I know their power. I know the transformation it provides. I know it's the no-brainer thing for people. I know it's the greatest thing on the planet, right? I'm fully behind that. I feel that. And if your question is, but I don't believe that, then what can you change in what you're offering, what you're selling in your business that will make you feel that? Is there something you can add? I believe that my programs are a masterpiece, but I created them from that energy. And if I feel any time that if I add that thing, it will make it perfect, then I add that thing. I don't refrain from it. I don't overthink it. So the key is, what does that identity look like? What are the paradigms? What are the roots? Like, what are the paradigm, the set of belief that you want to take on? Because just saying the overarching identity but not digging deeper into it and taking it on, you would not be able to understand. You will not be able to embody. Your body needs to know what exactly it looks like, and then creating pictures of it, because our mind thinks in pictures. So taking the pictures and feeling them, right? You take the picture that, oh, I see myself selling that way. I see people telling me about the transformation. I see the power of my programs. I see how good it is. I see the impact. You start to really see the pictures and internalize the pictures, really feel the pictures and change those beliefs in alignment. For instance, if you don't believe that you are worthy to receive big money in large sum, why not? Right? You start to change those beliefs which make up this bigger belief, and then you internalize them in pictures. And then the most powerful question, where rubber hits the road, where this whole thing takes the physical form, is, what would you do if that was true? Now that is true, it's done. What would you do? How would you behave? How would you act? What aligned action would you take? So I always give the example to my clients. I say, if you know there are $10 million waiting for you in your neighbor's house, would you go and get them? The answer is, if I believe that yes, they're there, I would go and get them. If you are not taking the aligned action, that means you haven't done the initial steps properly. But when you have done that, you will have this inclination. You will be like, I can't hold the energy of going and screaming from the rooftop that how great this transformation is, how well this is, and you will automatically take the aligned action, right? So when you fuse with the belief, the subconscious takes over. It makes you do whatever is required because it controls you 98% of the time. So it will make you do whatever is required anyway. So you will do the aligned action anyway. You will be bolder. You will sell with confidence. You will see your power. All the things that you're supposed to do in the aligned action, your subconscious will take care of itself. What you have to do is you have to take care of the identity and belief, and then subconscious will take care of the action. A lot of people take care of the action and they don't understand action is the embodiment, is the manifestation of the identity. But without changing the identity and belief system, if you try to take care of the action, it's not going to sit. It's not a permanent change. And that's what happens. We start to procrastinate. We start to doubt. We don't finish what we start. We start to pull back. We get scared. The doubt gets in the way, or things get hard, or things don't work out. All those things happen when identity is not aligned. So the steps are awareness, your wholeness. Then you decide the new belief, the new identity. I choose some incredible ones, like some really ones which put my soul on fire, which are so exciting. And then what you do is you create a whole paradigm. What would I believe if that was true? What does it actually look like? Because a lot of times we just create the affirmation but not really go deeper, and then it's just in your conscious mind. When you have created the identity, what is the whole paradigm of beliefs that looks like underneath it? And then you start to feel it in pictures, and then you take aligned action. And when you do that, right? And of course, with after awareness, I'm going to summarize what are the key steps. And when you start to do that, everything in your physical reality changes. And remember, when you start to tap in your oneness, make sure to release the old program, which is really, really important. If you don't release the old program and try to layer the new one on it, it's not gonna sit, right? And when you shift identity, you can literally manifest things, huge things, illogical things in weeks. And I've seen that over and over again with my clients, with myself. The work is so powerful. When the identity is shifted, your manifestation doesn't even take an instant to come in your physical reality. So if you are waiting for your manifestation to show up, there must be a gap in your identity, and you want to use this formula.